Hey, Alan, guess what?
What?
Chicken butt. Tee-hee. Hey guys, welcome to Smoking Beau's Barbecue. I'm your host, Beau Briscoe. All right, today I got a special treat for you. I know a lot of times you guys are like, oh man, I don't have time to do a 16-hour cook on a brisket or a long cook for some pork shoulders or some ribs, and I don't want to spend $80, $90, $100 on a big piece of meat. So today, it's 12 o'clock. We're not waking up early. It's noon on a Sunday, and we are gonna go ahead and cook dinner. Chimken. We got some nice, wonderful Chimkens that I picked up at Costco. Now, for $10 whole, you get 2 whole chickens. It doesn't get much cheaper than that. $10 whole, 2 whole chickens. And we're gonna smoke these bad boys up, and that is gonna be dinner. Well, one of them's gonna be dinner for us. The other one's probably gonna be dinner for the neighbor because it's just Alan and I, and we can't eat 2 whole damn chickens. I mean, we could, but you know. All right, it's very simple though. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I have already trimmed out a little bit. I'm going to cut a few more pieces off here in a second, but I've already trimmed out a lot of the loose skin and fat that was around here because little ends and pieces like that is just going to burn and you're not going to want that on your meat. On this end, on the rear end, I've also cleaned out, I cut off the little tailbone piece, and any fat that was hanging out around that area, I went ahead and cut that off because again, loose pieces, they just don't turn out good. So I am not going to what some people call spatchcocking. I'm not going to do that to these chickens. Spatchcocking is where you would go ahead and cut the spines out completely, lay them flat, and then you tuck your little wing tips in, and then you turn the legs inward so it looks like they're sitting there holding their legs like they got to pee. There's no need for that shit. They're literally just going to be nice whole chickens just like this, and then we're going to get them seasoned up with some salt and pepper, and then we're going to light off the smoker and get going. So let's go ahead and get a little salt and pepper on these bad boys. This is the same rub that I use on the briskets and everything else. 50% kosher salt, 50% coarse ground black pepper. Alright, get these bad boys turned over. And on the breast side here, we're going to season it a little heavy, just because that's a thick piece of meat, and we're going to want to make sure that all that salt and peppery goodness gets in there. And we're also going to lift them up and get a little salt and pepper on the inside. Kind of shake it around, kind of make sure it gets up on the rib cage. That way it kind of hits the breast meat from the inside as well. All right. Might have to re-season the other side of this a little bit before we throw it on the smoker, but that is perfectly fine just because it's a little wet in the pan. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get the smoker lit off, and I'll catch you guys here in just a little bit. All right, so I got the fire lit in the smoker. We brought it up to temp to about 300 degrees and then knocked it back down. We are gonna smoke these at 225 degrees, a little bit lower than what we normally do. The reason for that is just because chicken's thin piece of meat, it's very porous, it's gonna absorb a lot of heat really quickly. So we're gonna go 225 degrees for about 2 hours. And normally we do 3, but this one's gonna be about 2 hours and then we're gonna check it. More than likely it's gonna be enough. After that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it up to 325 degrees, an entire 100 degrees more. The reason for that is because we wanna crisp the skin up on this and of course get the breast meat up to temperature as well. So looking at mostly about a 3-hour cook, and we'll see how it goes. So let's get these bad guys, there we go, onto the smoker. And we're not going to be doing any spritzing or rubbing or slathering or any of that. What you see is what you got. So, all right, we'll check on these guys in 2 hours and see what we got. Alrighty, it's been 2 hours and time to go take a look and see what we got with our chicken. So, all right, so the skin's starting to get nice and hard and crispy. Starting to see some rendered fat down in the bottom there. We're gonna go ahead and check the internal temperature real quick. All right, looking at about 125 for that one and about, all right, right at the same. So that tells me we are ready to go ahead and crank up the heat. We've got enough smoke flavor in there. The rest of this is just gonna be, well, cooking and still a little bit more smoke. We're not gonna wrap it. We're not gonna do anything with it. I am going to throw a bunch of logs on the fire. We're gonna increase the temperature up to 325 now. Like I said, a whole another 100 degrees to crisp the skin up and bring the breast up to, well, all of the meat up to a final temperature of 165 to 170. That way everything's good and cooked. So, see you guys in about probably 20-30 minutes, probably all it's going to take to do this. All right, guys, it is 5 o'clock. Time to check on this and see what we got. Oh, yeah. Got nice crispy skin all the way around on it. Salt and pepper's kind of caked on, kind of like a good little bark. And we're looking at right at a perfect temperature on the inside. I've already checked it. You can see where I've poked the holes. So let me go ahead and grab this guy right here. You can see all that juice coming out of there. That's rendered fat that's coming out of that right now. All right. So, nice crispy wings, still pliable. Legs, let's see how tender this is. I'd say that's pretty tender. We've got a nice sexy little smoke coming off of it, off of that drumstick. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and give this a little taste test. There we go. All right, look at that, it's just falling right off the bone. You still got nice crispy skin. So I'm just gonna basically shred this up kind of like you would pork. There we go. All right, so again, $10 worth of chicken, and that's for both of them. $10 worth of chicken, 5 hours out of your life, and you can have wonderful, smoky, great tasting barbecue. We can go ahead and cut up a little bit of this breast since I brought a knife out here, and you can see just how, you actually may not show up good on camera, but that chicken breast is nice and tender. It's not too dry. It's still got a little bit of moisture in it, and it's got a nice little bit of smoke in it. So that is also going to be great. In fact, I'm just gonna kind of, you know, yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. All right, so if you're in need for a quick fix from barbecue, you don't want to cook a brisket, you don't want to cook a pork shoulder, you want to just get some nice smoke flavor on something really cheap and really quick, throw you some chickens on there. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It doesn't cost anything. Go ahead and thumbs up this video. It really does help out. If you want to, go ahead and watch all of our previous videos and thumbs up them too. Leave a comment down below what you want to see me cook next, and we'll see if we can get to it. And until next time, thanks guys.